I am 100% invested in BioNano Genomics. I am not diversified into any other company or any other stock or any other assets. BioNano Genomics is where my money is, okay? So that you're not just going to think I am making this video for negative purposes or whatever, or I want the price to go down, because I have received tons of comments from guys that just see the thumbnail of my video without watching the content of the video and just assume that I am negative BioNano Genomics. Guys, you have to watch a video, and even if it's an article, okay, before you share it, before you share a news, before you share anything, first you have to confirm the content. You have to confirm it's not fake news or food before you share your opinion on it, okay? Because I get a lot of comments every day, from guys that think maybe a particular video is negative about BioNano Genomics and so on and so forth. Guys, I have made tons of videos on BioNano Genomics, but I believe that we have to see, we have to be ready for anything that is coming. We have to always see both sides of the coins, Even if I am super bullish and my price target on BioNano Genomics is $100 US, I still have to know what is happening everywhere, You have to make sure you don't leave any stone unturned. And that is why I am making this video right now. I want to discuss with you guys the 8 factors that I believe could affect BioNano Genomics in the future. If they stop delivering. And one thing I want to make clear to you guys also is that these 8 factors was found. BioNano Genomics share these 8 factors almost every day in their disclaimer. So you guys can easily go to BioNanoGenomics.com and you can find these 8 factors in their disclaimer. I just thought, okay, let me go into these 8 factors. I picked 8 factors. Of course, they have more than 10 factors there in their disclaimer that could affect their business in the future, but I picked just 8 that I believe are the most important, and that's why I want to share them with you guys, so that both of us can, at least go through them together and see how positive and strong BioNano Genomics is and why I am 100% invested in this company. Let's get to it, guys. So I made these 8 factors, and as you guys can see, the first one is the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on BNGO and the global economy. The second one is the general market condition. The third one is changes in the competitive landscape and the introduction of competitive products. Fourth one is changes in BNGO strategic and commercial plans. And the fifth one is BNGO ability to obtain sufficient financing to fund their strategic plans and commercialization efforts. The sixth one is the ability of medical and research institutions to obtain funding to support adoption or continued use of BNGO technologies. That is more or less Sapphire. The seventh one is the loss of key members of management and BioNano Genomics commercial team. The eighth one is the risk and uncertainties associated with BNGO business and financial condition in general. So these are the 8 factors that I picked from BioNano Genomics disclaimer, and you guys can easily see, these are very important topics that needs to be dealt with. If you are invested in a company, you don't just focus on the positive side, you have to focus on the negative side as well, so that you can know how to adjust your investment accordingly. So let's get to it, guys. I am going to talk about the first one now. The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on BNGO and the global economy. So my previous video, this video right here, my most recent video, I was talking about the impact of the COVID-19 on BioNano Genomics. If you guys haven't seen it, you can easily watch it, and you can, I predicted what is going to happen once there is no more, once the lockdown has been lifted, once, the economy reopens, what should we expect from BioNano Genomics going forward. You can easily go to my page and you can find this video there, and you can learn more about my opinion, okay? And basically what I discussed in that video was just the total revenue of BioNano Genomics. As you guys can see in this statement from their third quarter, from their third quarter ended 2020 financial results, they said total revenue was $4.5 million for the 9 month ended September 30th, 2020 compared to 7.3 million for the same period in 2019. The decrease is largely driven by customers temporarily shutting down their lab operations in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. So that is why BioNano Genomics lost over 2 million US dollars in potential revenue, because some labs were shutting down. So that is one thing from the COVID-19 pandemic, and I believe right now they are in a better situation. You guys can easily see my previous video for more details on this topic. Let's go to the next one. So the second one is the general market conditions. Now, this one is a very tricky one, okay? Because right now we can see the market condition has been, the sentiment has been negative since I believe since Monday. Today is Thursday. The sentiment has been really negative this week. And that is why we can see the stock of BioNano Genomics, it has been, selling off, whenever it rallies a little bit, it sells off again. Last week Friday, we can see the stock was trading around I think it closed around 13.60 US dollars. It was down at one point on Tuesday to almost 8 US dollars, and right now the stock is up a little bit, at 10.44 US dollars in comparison to where it was on Tuesday. So that is a perfect example of the market in general. Whenever the sentiment of the market is negative and tech stocks are selling off, we can easily see BioNano Genomics is also selling off. Take a look at what is happening right now, guys. We have massive sell-off going on. Look at all these losers right here. We have this 21%, all these companies are selling off heavily today because of what is going on. I mean, the market sentiment right now is negative, okay? And of course, if you are an investor and you would like to, average in, the best time to average in is always when there is a sell-off. If you know how powerful or how, strong your investment, your company, your stock peak is, so you can easily average down your, position. So that is all about this section. Let's go to the next one. So the third one is changes in the competitive landscape and the introduction of competitive product. Changes in the competitive landscape and the introduction of competitive product. So in my opinion, next generation sequencing is the only potential competitive product. I mean, the technology is the potential competitive technology out there. It's not product, okay? In my opinion, it's the technology, NGS. Of course, ARK Invest has spoken a lot about it. Simon, the analyst of the genomic analyst of ARK Invest, he spoke a lot about his hopes with next generation sequencing. I mean, PacBio, they are saying PacBio in 2025 will be able to do what BioNano Genomics is able to do today. And you guys can easily see, I am on Illumina's website. You can see see what NGS can do for you. Right now, it is extremely expensive, so they can't really commercialize it very well. I mean, they cannot scale it at this moment. So according to ARK Invest, they are predicting that in 2025, they will be able to scale this technology very well. So you can see NGS, of course, sequence cancer samples to study rare somatic variants. I mean, at one point, NGS will be able to study structural variations, in genome. So that is the only thing I believe is competitive. I mean, whenever it comes to competition, that is the only technology out there that could, in the next 5 years, be competitive with BioNano Genomics. But any other technology out there, I don't think they are, in competition with BioNano Genomics, because BioNano Genomics Sapphire, is very cost effective whenever it comes to cytogenetic. All the cytogeneticists, they can easily use Sapphire, more cheaper, faster, and less labor intense. So I believe only NGS, in my opinion, is competitive, with BioNano Genomics, optical genome mapping, okay? So that is all about this section, in my opinion. Let's go to the next one. So the next one says changes in BNGO strategic and commercial plans. Changes in BNGO strategic and commercial plans. So what they are saying is, if they change their strategic and commercial plan, it could affect their business. So this is the main three ways to get BioNano Genomic that data, okay? We have and these three ways are, of course, there are major ways of making money. This is how they generate most of their revenues, okay? They have the service, the consumables, and of course the Sapphire system, which cost about 150,000 US dollars. And the consumables, you need the Sapphire in order to use the consumables. So if you buy a Sapphire, it means you have to be buying consumables. If you are, CLI, a laboratory, for example, you have to buy consumables. If you want to attend to 5 patients, for example, one consumable, one chip is for one patient. Okay, so you have to be buying these consumables in case if you have the Sapphire system. But if you don't have Sapphire system and the consumables, you can easily send your data, I believe through some kind of some sample collectors. I don't remember the name exactly. So they send you this by per post, I believe. Then you can put your samples into it and you ship it to BioNano Genomics, and they can help you to analyze your sample and let you know what is going on with the genome. So these 3 things are, if BioNano Genomics stick with their plan, and they are able to deliver, I believe there is no problem also in this factor. So let's go to the next one. So the 5th one is BioNano's ability to obtain sufficient financing to fund their strategic plans and commercialization efforts. So this is all about funds, okay? And of course, to fund their strategic plans and commercialization efforts. So let's go to it. Now, that 5th one is a very straightforward one. Right now, we can easily see in January, BioNano Genomics, take a look at this. In January 12th, BioNano Genomics was able to raise like 101.8 million US dollars. And in January 25th, they raised another 230 million US dollars, which makes them, which gave them about almost 250 million US dollars in cash. Okay, so I believe they still have enough cash. At least at the moment, they still have 300 million US dollars that they can use, that they can deploy, into research and development. They can spend it on their strategic plan and commercialization efforts. So I believe this factor is also not really a big factor. Right now, it's still positive. Now, the 6th one is the ability of medical and research institutions to obtain funding to support adoption or continued use of BNGO technologies. So this in general, I mean, most of BioNano Genomics customers are researchers, okay? These are institutions and researchers. And I am going to show you guys how these institutions get funding. For example, all these cancer institutions, for example, how they get their funding so that they can, adopt, or like they can buy the Sapphire, which costs about 250,000 US dollars, and use it for their researches. That is an example, okay? And also BioNano Genomics, also has several grants, that they use to, sponsor their research also. So I'm going to show you guys one thing right now. You see, most of all these institutions, these cancer research institutions, they get their funding from this NCI, designated cancer. I mean, this is NCI designated cancer centers, and most of them get their fundings from National Cancer Institute. Okay, and as we can see, these national cancer centers are divided into 3 categories. The first one is the standard or comprehensive cancer center. I already made a video about this, but I will try to explain it once again. So this section, I mean, the centers that fall into this category, they get like 1.5 million US dollars per year. And we have the second category, that is the clinical cancer center, the general one, and they get like 1.4 million US dollars per year. And the third category, of course, the basic laboratory cancer centers, they get like 1.2 million US dollars per year. Okay, an example of one of the centers that just got fundings recently that got 10 million US dollars is this MD Anderson Cancer Center. We have heard about these names, several times from BioNano Genomics press releases, and they got 10 million US dollars most recently. Okay, so I believe there, government, the US government, for example, through this National Cancer Institution, is able to give all these cancer centers, fundings, which these centers can later use to buy something like Sapphire for their researches. Okay, so I believe this is also not really a negative one, something to be worried about at the moment. So the 7th one is the loss of key members of management and BioNano Genomics commercial team. Okay, I hope nothing like this is going to happen anytime soon. I mean, we are all going to go one day, okay? But I hope this is not going to happen anytime soon now. And for those of you that are wondering, who are the key members at BioNano Genomics? This is Dr. Eric. He is the Chief Executive Officer of BioNano Genomics, and of course we have Mark Odakovsky, who is the Chief Operating Officer, and we have this guy, this Superman Stewart, Christopher Stewart. He used to work for Tesla, and we have this guy, Chief Financial Officer. This guy, when I saw this guy's name, in December, he's one of the reasons why I am invested in this company, okay? When the stock was about 50 cents and I saw his name when I was doing my due diligence, I said, wow, this is great. So we also have the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Alka. So these guys, hopefully nothing, I pray nothing is going to happen to this guy, because of course they are also humans and they have their families as well, okay? So in this factor, I think everything hopefully stays positive, okay? Nothing is going to happen to these guys. Let's go to the next one. So the last one, but not the least, is the risks and uncertainties associated with BioNano Genomics business and financial condition in general. I believe this eighth one, I mean, this is not really I believe this eighth one, this is a broad topic, okay? I mean, anything can happen anywhere. I mean, we are talking about uncertainties associated with the business and financial condition. In my opinion, if they continue to deliver, if they continue to sell Sapphire, if they continue to make further research and development like they are doing every day, you can easily go to BioNano Genomics website, go to their press release section, and you can find tons of information about what is going on. I always go on this website every day. I spend at least 2 hours searching about all these topics on BioNano Genomics, because I have to do my own research as well so that I can make videos for you guys. So these are the 8 factors, guys, that you have to keep in mind if you are invested in BioNano Genomics, okay? We have the first one, second one, third, fourth, fifth, seventh. And if you are new on my channel, please destroy the like button and subscribe. This is what I do best, and everything I do on my channel, guys, you can easily use the same knowledge. You can use the same knowledge with other stocks. It doesn't necessarily mean BioNano Genomics. What I am teaching you guys every day, in my opinion, is how to do a due diligence of any company, okay? I mean, of any asset. It doesn't really need it doesn't really have to be a company. It could also be an asset. How to know if an asset is valuable or not. That is what I am teaching on my channel. I remain your boy Dio. This is Frontline Investment. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye bye.